What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Countdown Scouting Network. I'm your host, Joey Garcia, and today we've got a little bit of a different one. As you can see, it's only my face. We're not going over any PowerPoints because we're going to preview tomorrow's game, the Hall of Fame preseason game between the Cleveland Browns and the New York Jets. So let's get into just a few things that I'm excited to see. Obviously, Deshaun Watson's not going to be playing. It's already been said. Aaron Rodgers is definitely not playing. I would assume most of the starters are not playing in this game. If they are, they're going to play a drive, maybe two. So let's get into some rookies. Basically, is what we're looking into being excited for. So um, I just have a couple notes I'm looking at right now. So I'm kind of excited to see what Zach Wilson looks like. I think Zach Wilson's going to be getting the start. Has he changed at all? Has Rodgers kind of connected with him? To how good is he going to look? Obviously, they're playing cover two defenses. Basically, it's a bunch of shell game. There's no disguising or like extreme blitzes or anything like that. So um, that's that's going to be one thing. But I just want to see his moxie out there if he looks comfortable. Chris Streveler, the third string quarterback over there, I'm excited to see him work. He's mobile. He's got good moxie to him. He played well in Canada, and I'm excited to see him play well here. A couple more guys for the Jets that I'm excited about. Definitely want to watch Southern Miss undrafted free agent Jason Brownlee, the wide receiver. He's number 16, so if you're looking out there, he is number 16. He is a guy who makes extreme contested catches. If you remember in our undrafted free agency, most likely to make the team for the AFC East that we did probably a month ago, 2 months ago, something like that. I think it was about 2 months ago, actually. He's a guy that I put on there just because of the guaranteed money. When I watched his tape, I didn't really see much. I saw a guy who can't really get separation, could make solid contested catches, but nothing out of the ordinary. He's a big size guy. He's like 6'2", 215 pounds, but he doesn't have great speed or anything like that. But he's flashing in camp right now. He's a guy who I'm excited to see because he isn't just making contested catches. He's making spectacular one-handed catches on the sideline, over top of people, mossing guys. Um, he's very impressive, or he's been very impressive in camp. Another receiver that I just want to see work. He's a flashy gadget guy. Stephen F. Austin's wide receiver, Xavier Gibson. He's going to be wearing number 82 out there. So keep an eye out for number 82. He's very elusive and probably going to get some return game stuff, I imagine. Ole Miss also had a tight end who was drafted, I believe, in the 6th round. Zach Kuntz. He's number 81. He's big. He was a converted quarterback. He's like 6'7", 6'8", 250 pounds. And he's just a freak athlete that's just trying to grow into being a tight end. He's going to be wearing number 81, so that's another guy to look out for the passers, or for the pass catchers. Two more. Yeah, we got a couple more guys. Two more big name offensive weapons that we'll see out here. Two running backs I want to bring up is Pittsburgh's Israel Abanikanda. He's going to be wearing number 25. He's 6 feet tall, 215 pounds, runs a 4.35. Extremely good outside zone runner. If he gets to the second level, he's going to be dominant. I know they have a lot of running backs on there. I think he's probably going to get a bulk of the early carries, and then you'll probably see Michael Carter, Zonovan Knight get some carries in the middle. And then probably later on towards the end or third down type stuff, you'll see USC's undrafted rookie running back, Travis Dye. He's going to be wearing number 35. You remember he was at Oregon for a few years, transferred for this last year at USC, and he's more of a pass-catching running back. There's nothing more than that. Then, of course, they've got a tackle. I want to see how this tackle does. From Pittsburgh again, Carter Warren. He's going to be wearing number 67. I think he might swing tackle for them. So there's a chance that he plays the first half at left tackle and the second half at right tackle. He's mostly a left tackle. They might move him over to right tackle, but this is a team that really their biggest question is offensive tackle. They ended up drafting Carter Warren, I believe, in the 4th round. But I think he has the potential to start for them at one of those tackles if Mekhi Becton's not living up to what he's supposed to be living up to. And then the last two guys I have for the New York Jets before we get over to the Cleveland Browns, we got Florida's undrafted rookie safety, Trey Dean. He's going to be wearing number 38. He's going to be an in-the-box safety. He doesn't have the great speed, but he loves to come up and tackle. He's got decent hips, but he's going to be playing more in the box. And then LSU's Jarek Bernard Converse, who was also undrafted, wearing number 29. So there's two undrafted rookie safeties that I'm excited for. The defensive secondary, the safety play hasn't been great in New York either. So they kind of have a chance to showcase themselves, especially in this game when they're going to be getting the bulk of the carries or the bulk of the plays because the starters aren't going to be playing. So this is a big game for them, and I'm excited to see if they can take advantage of this moment. So let's go over to the Cleveland Browns. So obviously Deshaun Watson's not going to be starting. I was excited to see Deshaun Watson to Elijah Moore connection, but I don't think Elijah Moore is probably going to be playing either. So that's something I had to mark off my list, but that's what I was excited to see because it looks like Elijah Moore, from everything I'm hearing from camp, it looks like he's got a nice connection with Deshaun Watson. Of course, this was an Elijah Moore revenge game as well. Not going to be the case. That's okay. Kellen Mond is going to be starting. So he was drafted, what was he? Texas A&M quarterback, drafted in like the 4th round or something like that to the Minnesota Vikings. I believe he was traded over here for like a conditional 7th. He's a big arm quarterback, a big body quarterback, decent mobility, struggles to read the field, struggles with accuracy, but let's see what he can do. I'm excited to see what he can do against these defenses. There's a few more offensive guys that I like on this team. There's only 4 more I want to go over. And, of course, that's quarterback DTR, Dorian Thompson-Robinson. He's going to be wearing number 17. He's probably going to be the second quarterback you see out there tomorrow night. He's from UCLA. He's kind of a thinner quarterback, but he runs well. He's got a rocket arm. So he's going to be exciting to watch. Of course, we have Tennessee wide receiver Cedric Tillman. He's going to be wearing number 89. He's a very good wide receiver. People forget how crisp his route running is. He's a bigger body guy. He's got sure hands because, he was dealing with an ankle injury all last year. So that's kind of why he dropped down in the draft. But he runs good routes. He's physical at the line of scrimmage. He's physical at the catch point. I think he's going to make some splash plays. And then the last 2 offensive guys I've got for the Cleveland Browns, 2 offensive linemen. We got to give the offensive linemen some love. These are guys I gave love during the pre-draft process. They're both Ohio State guys. We got Ohio State center Luke Whippler. He's going to be wearing number 56. I don't know if he's going to play center for them in this game. He might play guard. He might play center. I don't really know who else they have that will be playing, but you might see him play all the center snaps. You might see him play some center and some left guard, maybe some center and some right guard, but he definitely will at least play some center. And then Ohio State's freak of an athlete, offensive lineman, right tackle DeJuan Jones. He's going to wear number 74. He's 6'8", like 370 pounds. Moves very, very well. It has long arms. I think his wingspan was a 7'3" wingspan. So those are a couple guys I'm excited for on offense. And then quickly through defense, we've got 2 more Ohio State guys I want to shout out. Both safeties. Tanner McAllister, he's going to wear number 48. And then, of course, Ronnie Hickman Jr., who's going to be wearing number 33. A couple more defensive rookies that I'm excited to see is Utah's linebacker Mohamed Diabate. He's going to be wearing number 43. He in this defense is going to be interesting because he can kind of play the way that Kyle Van Noy was played in the Patriot system, or how Micah Parsons plays for the Cowboys. Don't want to bring up Micah Parsons' name because you don't expect him to be that, but he can play stand-up linebacker for you, and he can play edge rusher for you. So he's a guy that can kind of move around that front 7 and disguise blitzes and disguise dropbacks and everything like that. You probably won't see that today. Tomorrow. You'll mostly just see him standing there, gap firing or coming off the edge. But in the future, he can do all that kind of stuff. Another defensive guy. We got 3 more defensive linemen. We got Missouri's defensive end, Isaiah McGuire. He's going to be wearing number 57. That's a guy who can really explode off the ball. We got Kansas defensive end, Lonnie Phelps. He's going to be wearing number 63. He's a little undersized guy, but he's got some pop to him and he's got some discipline. So we'll see what he can do. And then the last guy I got on here, which is another defensive guy, defensive lineman, Siaki Ika, the Baylor defensive tackle. He's going to be wearing number 62. This dude is a freak. If they can contain what he has and get him more disciplined and consistent with it, dude, he's a freak of nature. He can sometimes explode well, like he's a defensive end at 350 pounds, and then other times he's slow off the ball. So if you can get him exploding every single time, maybe that means he can only play 40% of the snaps. But on those 40% of the snaps, he'll be the best defensive lineman on the field. So, yeah, that's all I've got for the Hall of Fame game. It's going to be sloppy. Football's back, so that's always a wonderful part. But it is going to be a sloppy game. Got a bunch of antsy day 3 picks, undrafted free agents out there with a playbook that they've only had for about a month now, so they're still trying to get it all down. There's going to be miscues, there's going to be drop balls, there's going to be penalties. So it's going to be sloppy football, but it's football. It's back. So go ahead and leave a like on this video, subscribe if you enjoy, and go ahead and put down in the comment section any of the guys for the Hall of Fame game that I did not talk about on this that you're excited to see. And go ahead and drop down a prediction, a score prediction on this. I think it's going to be a low game. I'm thinking it's probably going to be something like 17-10 or 13-7 or yeah, we'll say 13-7, and I will give it to the Jets. So, all right, guys, have a good day. Peace.